Spence Airfield in Moultrie, Georgia, a one-time training ground for World War II pilots. Nowadays, it's the permanent home of what's known as North America's premier farm show, the Sun Belt Expo. Today, on a special edition of the Georgia Farm Monitor, join us as we celebrate 38 years of the Expo and see why ag leaders from Georgia to Mississippi say it gets better and better every single year.
Ooh, that's my good side. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, you get that pouty look? Okay, that's my sexy look right there. Okay.
All this and more starting right now on the Georgia Farm Monitor.
This is the Georgia Farm Monitor. Since 1966, your source for state and national agribusiness news, and features for farmers and consumers about Georgia's #1 industry, agriculture. The Georgia Farm Monitor is produced by the state's largest general farm organization, the Georgia Farm Bureau. Now, here are your hosts, Ray DeLessio and Kenny Burgamy.
And with that, we say welcome to the 38th Annual Sunbelt Expo right here in Moultrie, Georgia. A beautiful day, as you can see. So glad you decided to join us for another on-location edition of the Georgia Farm Monitor. I'm Ray DeLessio.
And I'm Kenny Burgamy. Now, as Ray mentioned, this marks the 38th year for Sunbelt Expo. The first one in 1978 featured just over 400 exhibitors. Nowadays, it's up to 1,200, showing off more than 4,000 product lines and growing every year. Now, coming up on the program, you'll meet some of the people who make all of this happen, why they think they have the very best job in all of agriculture. Also on the show, their unique skills have more than just entertained people across the Southeast. They've also brought a unique perspective to agriculture. The Monitor profiles the Whip Crackers from Florida.
And speaking of incredible, how about an incredible recipe idea for your next party, your next tailgate, or even a family get-together? That's right, it's our monthly feature, Meals from the Field, or in this case, Meals from the Expo. All this and more starting right now on the Georgia Farm Monitor. Well, anyone who attended last year's Expo remembers the monsoon we had here on opening day, but that was not the case this year. In fact, the weather could not have been more perfect, not just on opening day, but the entire time we were here, and that certainly was good news for the folks of Mississippi, this year's Spotlight State. We were there as officials from both Mississippi and Georgia helped cut the ribbon to officially kick off Sunbelt Expo 2015. Folks also got to enjoy the many fine things that Mississippi agriculture has to offer. Just a beautiful display inside the Spotlight State building. Mississippi Farm Bureau President Mike McCormick telling us he couldn't be more happy with the turnout.
I think it's just a wonderful idea to have all the people here together so we can communicate what's going on in their part of the world with each other to let them know that we're all in this together and our voices can be heard if we're in a bigger group.
All right, moving on now. Another highlight of opening day of the Expo is the Willie B. Withers Luncheon. That's where Swisher Sweets announces their annual Southeast Farmer of the Year. Keeping with tradition, the selection of farmers was phenomenal again this year. But with every story, you know, it has to come to an end for some. Only one could walk away with the grand prize. Damon Jones has that story.
Hundreds of political, educational, and agribusiness leaders from all over the Southeast were gathered under one roof for the annual Willie B. Withers Sunbelt Ag Expo Luncheon. And that included Governor Nathan Deal, who showed his appreciation for agriculture and what it means to the state.
As much as we are proud of having technology companies and other high-tech companies come to our state and call Georgia home, we still acknowledge that the #1 economic driver in the state of Georgia is agriculture and agribusiness.
Deal also took in all the sights at the expo, which included checking out the latest technology on the farm. Needless to say, he came away very impressed.
I continually am amazed by the advances in the technology, in the types of equipment, and the specificity with which that equipment is designed to try to deal with what is an acknowledged difficulty, and that is the availability of qualified labor. The technology that has come to the farm is as sophisticated as the technology that appears in the major boardrooms of any company in this country.
And the main attraction for this luncheon was the announcement of the Swisher Sweets Sunbelt Expo's Southeastern Farmer of the Year. And that award would go to North Carolina's Danny Cornegay, who says he doesn't take the honor lightly.
It's great. I mean, it's great. I never thought about anything like this. We just work because we enjoy working, but it is a true honor. I kind of didn't want to do it to start with because of the time, and they all wanted me to do it, and I really didn't expect because there's a lot of good competition, very good competition.
He beat out 9 other state winners, including Georgia's James Lyles, who considers it an honor just to be named a finalist.
Oh, it was great. I mean, this is a great honor. The guys are really good. When you read the bios about them and get to know them, I mean, it's a great group of men to be up there with, and I'm just really honored to have been one of them.
As for what Cornegay credits his success to, it's part effort and part perseverance.
It's hard work. It's rewarding. You just got to, it's something you just got to love and stick with because the weather has got everything to do with it. I mean, you plant all the best seed you want to and cultivate it, keep the weeds out. Still, you've got to have the right weather.
While there could only be one winner among the group, it certainly is a day each of these 10 finalists will remember.
I mean, this is good. My family, we make a living, and they appreciate what I do, and that means the world to me. And to be recognized by other people, I mean, it really does mean a lot. You don't look for it, but it's appreciated.
Reporting from Moultrie, I'm Damon Jones for the Georgia Farm Monitor.
All right, now still to come on this special edition of the Georgia Farm Monitor. Folks, that's what you call a young whippersnapper right there. For these young men, it's not only an art form, it's a major part of their family history.
Oh, but first, it's time for another incredible recipe with Marsha Crowley. Meals from the Field with a live audience, and this month we've got a chili recipe that'll make your taste buds sizzle.
Ooh, I can't wait.
That's next when the Georgia Farm Monitor continues from the 38th Annual Sun Belt Expo.
All right, welcome back to the Georgia Farm Monitor and to our special coverage of the 38th Annual Sun Belt Expo. Another highlight this year was the media breakfast held on opening day. That's where some of us got a sneak peek at all the happenings for Expo 2015. This year, though, a bit of a surprise as the Sun Belt Board of Directors used that opportunity to endorse GFB President Zippy Duvall for President of the American Farm Bureau Federation.
Of course, this is home, folks. But there's a lot of people from around the country here showing off their new technology and their new farm machinery, and I'm just proud for them to be a part of this. We've been to 15 states now. We got about 10 more on the schedule, and I've got about 5 out that I'm trying to get appointments with. So, you know, my goal is to hit somewhere 21, 25, and 30, and we're on target to make that happen.
All right, thank you very much, Kenny. We have moved the show inside. We are coming to you from the Georgia Agriculture Building for this very special edition of Meals from the Field. Joining me as always, my good buddy, my partner in crime, my left-hand person, the one that makes everything go for me, Marsha Crowley. So good to see you again.
Good to see you, Ray.
Yeah, give Marsha a hand. Give Marsha a hand. We love Marsha. As always, this is our 3rd year doing this at Sunbelt Expo. Hard to believe. And you're still with me doing this, and you haven't kicked me out of your kitchen yet, so I'm very, very thankful for that. We're doing something special to me that chili goes with anything. You can eat chili year-round, in my opinion, even in the summertime, but you know, it's a fall treat. We've got tailgates going on year-round. We've got holidays coming up. But today we are doing a special chili. Talk a little bit about that.
It's a chicken chili, and normally we would do a holiday program, but personally, I'm tired of trying to reinvent the sweet potato souffle. So my family does this most every year the night before Thanksgiving. Everybody brings their favorite chili recipe to sample. So this is a chicken chili. I'm gonna get you to stir that. It's 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, which is a little bit, there you go, I'm sorry, a little bit different than the chicken breast. It's a little bit cheaper, maybe 30 cents a pound, and it's usually with the boneless, skinless chicken breast, the thighs. All right, so this is 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Like I said, 2 cups of onions. We're going to add to that oregano, garlic salt. You can keep stirring.
Can I lift up and show everybody?
Yeah.
Because we don't have a mirror up here, so that's what it kind of looks like in there in the pot. Okay. Good stuff.
And it's got cumin and red pepper, and cumin is what I think the main ingredient you smell in Mexican food. It just smells really good. Brings
It's
out
called,
the
what's it
flavor.
called?
Cumin.
Cumin, okay.
C-U-M-I-N. And salt and pepper. Stir that in there.
Now, we're going to be giving them samples after we get done cooking
we
this?
already have one prepared.
So they're not going to be eating my cooking and
They're not going to be eating your
Okay.
cooking. We
I
made
just-
sure of that.
I just want to make sure.
All right, then you're going to add 2 cans of cannelloni beans, and that's a fancy word for white kidney beans. I don't know why they don't put that on there, but they don't. And these are rinsed and drained. There you go, Ray.
All right.
2 cups of low sodium chicken broth. Let me see if I can get that in there without spilling it all over everybody.
Or me.
Or you. There you go. And then 2 4-ounce cans of chopped green chilies. And these are not hot. They just, to me, they bring out the flavor in everything and really make anything. I mean, I've put it in squash casseroles. I've put it in, not sweet potato, but. All right, and you're going to simmer that for about 30 minutes.
Has anybody in here ever had chicken chili like this? No? Okay.
Oh, it's so good. All right, I'm going to move this
I
out of the
haven't
way.
either, so it's going to be a good treat.
Like I said, we have samples. Let me move this out of the way. The next thing, and y'all probably or may have done these at home, but they, to me, just go really good with chili. It's seasoned oyster crackers.
Yum.
This is a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. And I don't know, y'all don't need to see what that looks like. A pack of ranch salad dressing mix.
Do I keep stirring?
You can keep stirring, yeah.
See, again, doesn't look like your average chili, does it? No?
And 2 teaspoons of dill weed. You're going to mix all that up. I don't know if y'all can see that. It looks, you're going to think, well, that's too much oil, but it's really not. Mix all that up. Then you're going to add to that a pound of oyster crackers, and that's about 1.5 bags. And there is a store brand oyster cracker and then a name brand oyster cracker. Do not buy the store brand. It's like 89 cents, and they look like, I don't know what they look like, breadcrumbs. So buy the name brand. I'm not going to say what that is.
Can y'all see the oil? There you go.
It makes a big difference, believe me. When you see the difference, you'll know. All right, that's 1.5 pounds of oyster crackers. Woo! Aren't you talented?
Yes.
Look at that. And you just mix this up until it's everything's well coated. And I hate this in a clear bowl, but it's not, so. Then you're going to put this on a cookie sheet and bake them at 325 for about 20 minutes. And you're going to stir it like every 10 minutes. And these are really good for the holidays. And they are addicting, I will tell you that. And we have some of those for y'all to try while they last.
See them right there? Ma'am, what's your name in front? Nancy, how about you come up and try one, Nancy?
Oh, I would love
Come on
Guinea
up and try one.
pig.
Nancy, where are you from?
I'm from Valdosta.
Valdosta.
Oh.
Okay, Nancy from Valdosta. What do you
May I
think?
have 2?
You can have as many as you want. Good?
What do you think?
Like
Good?
it? All right. Marcia gets the big thumb up? Okay.
Okay.
Now, you want to try my chili?
That's not that. Yeah, not that one. But to me, this says fall. And you can freeze this as well. You can make it ahead and freeze it. It freezes beautifully if there's any left.
And again, this is chicken chili and seasoned oyster crackers. Always a good combination. Folks, thank you so much for coming out to this taping. Marcia, thank you. And we
See
will
you
see
back
you
in
next
Atlanta.
month. Kenny, we'll send it back to you.
Ray, Marcia, great job. Send me some of those samples, although the expo samples go pretty quickly. Oh, moving on now. If you've ever watched a cowboy work cattle, then you know their whip can often be their very best friend. Here at Sunbelt 2015, 4 young men from Florida got to show off their whip cracking skills, and needless to say, they made a lasting impression. Some call it whip cracking. Others call it popping. The 3 Waldman brothers from Central Florida, Ryan, Grayson, and Josiah, joined their friend and fellow popper, Cameron Cato, at this year's Sunbelt Expo.
in Florida, cattle industry, the cowboys down there are all called crackers, and the reason why is the pop of the whip. And we all grew up around agriculture in Florida, around cattle, and we all learned how to pop a whip at a young age in order to work cows, or having something to do with moving cows around or whatever. So what we do now is not necessarily cracker. What we do is more of an Australian style whip popping, but the reason why we do it is because it's flashy and it looks good, you know, and it attracts crowds, and then we can talk to them and educate them about Florida cracker history.
Ag America Lending sponsored their daily performances. Ryan Wallman told me that he first started whip cracking at age 4.
5 years ago, me and my brother Grayson raised turkeys, and we sold them to customers, and we bought our first whip. And from there we started doing competition, and we also needed them for cattle to move them and stuff like that, so we used them. And then we started seeing people, you know, do competition and stuff like that, and we're like, well, we should do this. So we started doing it, and we just did the Australian style whip cracking, you know, which is more fancy and tricks and stuff like that, and attracts a lot of crowds. And it is a lot of fun to do, and it takes a lot of practice, but it's definitely rewarding, and we enjoy doing it.
The Wallman family has been connected to the tradition of whip cracking for at least one generation, and since the 18th century, cowboys in the Sunshine State have used cow whips to move cattle.
Right. Well, today you're going to see an Australian style whip cracking, which is very flashy, and again, that's purely entertainment. However, back home on the ranch or any ranch in Florida, a whip is purely a tool, is all it's used for. It's generally used off a horseback, 10 to 14 feet long generally. And it's used to push the cows. The noise, that sonic boom that the whip makes when it pops, that noise agitates the cows, and it makes them use that whip to point the cows where you want them to go.
Grayson Wallman said it was a lot of hard work and lots of hours of practice to be able to compete in local and regional fairs around the Southeast.
Me and my brother, my older brother, we go together. We do it simultaneously. We pop together, and I have a few parts for today. I pop like 3 different times. We take turns so that way we're not wore out, because it gets tiring. So we have to take turns so that way we're not too wore out.
The 3 Wallman brothers, along with their friendly competitor Cameron, were a hit at this year's Sun Belt. All right, time for our final break here in the program. When we come back, hear a firsthand account of what it takes to plan, coordinate, and pull off this well-oiled machine known as Sun Belt Expo. That's next when the Georgia Farm Monitor continues.
Ah, yes, beware you destructive little piggies. Just a quick glimpse of the wild hog trapping system by Jaeger Pro, one of the many vendors out here at Sunbelt Expo 2015. And of course, none of this would be possible without the incredible hard work and sacrifice that all the organizers of Expo put forth year in and year out to make this event what it is today. From the field demonstrations to dealing directly with the vendors, everyone has a specific task at hand, and believe it or not, planning for Expo 2016 has already begun.
My job begins January the 1st and ends December the 31st. I'm here year-round, 365 days a year, taking care of the farming operation. Planning is a big part of what I do. We farm on a time schedule, whereas everybody else kind of farms as to the weather and everything else. We have to produce crops and be ready for field day in July, and then our demo crops have to be ready on time for our field demonstrations here at the Expo in October, and that sometimes presents us with a little bit more of a problem than normal, because you never know what the weather's going to do. You never know if it's going to be hot or cold or rainy or dry. So it's hard to farm on a timetable, but we do the best we can, and it always works out in the end.
I sold RC Colas for 4-H at the very first Expo as a student out here, and have been involved every year since the Expo began for the most part. The biggest changes have been the technology, the equipment changes, and the amount of iron that the actual exhibitors bring into the show, as well as the size. It started out a very small show here, and it seems like we've grown and grown and grown.
This is a pretty big undertaking, and it don't come together in a week. And the show part, as you can see behind me, there's some stuff starting to happen, and we're a little over a week out ahead of the show, week and a half, and in the next week this thing will transform. But it didn't just happen. You know, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that start working the day after the show ends, working for next year, making sure we've got exhibitors and making sure that people are coming back, and Gina's, you know, advertising, and, you know, we want to make sure we got visitors, because without our visitors and without our exhibitors, there's no need in us doing what we do.
A lot of hard work indeed, and all the staff here at Expo deserve a huge pat on the back. Well, whether it's crop operations or equipment, Sunbelt is the place where farmers come to see all the latest technology, gather information, and hopefully improve their bottom line. As usual, this year's Expo not only featured some improved older technology, but also the brand new innovations that have just been created in the last year. And that includes some things out in the fields that farmers may not be aware of. Mark Wildman has that story.
It was a perfect day out in the fields of Sunbelt, and participants got to see many different harvests, from hay to peanuts to cotton. And it's all an effort to see all the hard work that goes into growing these crops.
If you have never had the opportunity to see modern-day farming up close, then Sunbelt Expo is the place to be. Out here in the fields, many different crops are grown, and attendees got to see just how a working farm gathers the crops at harvest time. Here in the hay fields, there was plenty of activity.
They can see just about anything to have to do with hay production in the southeast, and we've got it here to compare one piece of equipment to another, and there's nowhere else in the world you can go and do that quite like we do.
Farmers depend on new technology to assist them in their business, and here at Sunbelt Ag Expo, many different companies were on hand to educate attendees on advancements in hay production.
Some things have changed drastically. Some of the companies that have got something that works well for them, they've stayed basically with that, but there's something new every year in one way or another. Technology is changing faster than we can hardly keep up with it.
Along with hay production, the peanut fields were busy as well. In Georgia, we are used to seeing peanuts being harvested, but some of those on hand have never seen a harvest and got a great chance to talk with experts in the field. One of the highlights every year at Sunbelt is their cotton harvest. And on this day, the weather could not have been any better for John Deere to attach the American flag on the harvester and showcase one of the things America does best.
We had a pretty good growing season, so that's why the cotton looks good, and this is irrigated cotton. What we didn't get in rain, we were able to supplement. Got a good variety out here. We got a lot of good cotton varieties. A lot of people have never seen a cotton picker, and some might not even have seen cotton before. Some are stopping through from the Midwest or coming down here on purpose from the Midwest to see this. So I guess what I would hope they would take home is it's such a different crop, and the way we're, compared to corn, how it's harvested, and just how much work goes into it, and how much money, and how big of an investment it is to the farmers, and a testament to them to really, they have to put so much in to grow a good crop, and including putting the money into it to get it harvested.
Reporting from Spence Field, I'm Mark Wildman for the Georgia Farm Monitor.
All right, Mark, great job, sir. Well, unfortunately, that is going to wrap up our coverage from the 38th Annual Sunbelt Expo.
Yep, that's right. Now, a big thanks to Chip Blaylock and all the fine staff here at Expo. Here's just a reminder for you. Check out our website as well as our Twitter and Facebook pages. You'll stay informed and see what's up in the world of farming, plus the Farm Monitor Show.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on the Georgia Farm Monitor.
From Sunbelt, have a great week, everybody.